Hello Lightworkers, how are you? I hope you're all really well. Today we're talking about the importance of keeping your vibration high, very important, and also about shit downloads. Now I don't mean you download something and say, oh that was a shit download. No, this is downloading shit. I'll explain what I mean in the other side. Recently, I've been aware of some information that's been coming through about the fact that when the shift happens to us, that it's going to be very, very extreme and on an energetic level, and that some people are going to really, really not be able to handle it well, the shift. Okay. Now, clearly, if you imagine, we've got a spectrum of vibration that we're all in, okay? And we've got some people who are right toward the top end of the vibrational frequency, this spectrum. And then we've got the people who are asleep, for example, who are very at the base level of this vibrational frequency. Now, through the systems that people are using, where they're taking people into deep hypnosis, you've seen that done to me, deep hypnosis where you start talking to the higher self. A lot of the messages are coming through that soon, very soon, we are going to be hit by a wave of very, very strong energy. The earth. I mean, I've heard this on so many levels. I've heard this around, but we're going to be hit by a wave of energy coming from the sun that is going to lift the vibration up, but really quickly. And it's forecast for next year. But the start of it, and the start of this big, like the major awakening, the great awakening, let's call it that. I think we've seen the lesser awakening, but there's going to be a great awakening, and that's really happening now. And some people are talking about July being very, very fundamental. I don't know, but I know that we're in the great awakening. We're in the process of the great awakening. Okay. So why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because I think it's important that we need to make sure that our vibration is as high as we possibly can get it. But why? Let me explain what happened to me. You know, when a year and a half ago, when I was approached by the emissaries, and they said, you know, we want to work with you and we want you to give a message out, okay? And this, in every meditation, they still do it now, but they used to throw my head back like this, right? And it used to really hurt. My head back like this. And I would say, what are you doing? And they would say, we're downloading. Okay? And then after I complained bitterly about it hurting my neck, because, you know, like 10 minutes like that is really painful, they started throwing my head forward. And that's what they do now, automatically, whenever I go into meditation. And every time, it's because they are downloading the latest update. If you want to, like a computer, the latest update. Yeah. When I ask them what they're doing, they say that they are downloading the latest up to the maximum. Like, imagine that the Great Awakening is like a big wave of energy that's moving forward, constantly moving forward. And so every day it's moving forward, every moment it's moving forward. And so when I meditate, what they do is they take me to the point where, the furthest point to where it is. That's what they say. Okay. Now, I don't notice it. I don't notice anything after the download. Nothing in particular. Okay. But I remember at the beginning that after some downloads, I can remember being out of my head. I remember one specific time I was working down, doing a job down there with some bricks and everything. And I was standing and I didn't know for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I didn't know if I was dreaming or if I was awake. And I kept slipping in and out of this weird state of, I think I'm dreaming. No, and my mind would go off. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. Afterwards, I said to them, what on earth was that? And they said, yeah, that was a big one. We downloaded a lot to you. Okay. Now, I was just talking to them yesterday about this. And what they were saying was that when they started to come through, my energy, my vibrational energy level was lower. And so they had to do quite a bit to bring me up to where they've got me now. Okay? And so those big jumps, some of them were big jumps, they affected me a lot. And I was like, I was out of it. Yeah? And that was only bringing me up to the furthest point of where we are now. And I was struggling with that sometimes. So the reason that we have to keep our energy high is because when this happens, when this big wave of energy comes, that is going to be a significant jump, like a really, really big one. And what they're saying is for some people, they won't be able to handle it. And you know, I've heard talk of them being taken away so that they don't suffer that. And some people decide to stay and live through that particular bit. And it's all about the vibration that they are carrying. If it's high enough, they can stay. If it's not, they have to go. But imagine somebody who's sleeping. Imagine even if somebody who's completely asleep has to come up to where we are in our vibrational frequency. Imagine the mammoth jump that they have to do. They would be out of their minds for a while. It doesn't last forever, of course. For me, it was just like 2.5 hours or something like that. That's how long it lasted. But that was only it was only not a significant one. But imagine somebody having to be dragged from that place up to where we are. Well, imagine that plus a big jump. So our job now is to make sure that we are at the front end of this wave that's moving, so that when this happens, we haven't got so far to jump. Now, I've heard it described as being this big jump is going to be like you're being ill, like bedridden, unable to function for a while, out of it. And I can well and truly imagine that. But we have to be prepared as much as we can for those who choose to stay. I've got a feeling I want to stay. I want to see it. I'm not going anywhere. I want to be here and see what's going on, man. How do we do it? Easy. We meditate, right? I have been given an assurance, which is from the emissaries. They say, you meditate, we'll come and help you. Okay? And that's it. Maybe you won't notice. Maybe you won't notice that they're downloading, but I can assure you that if you meditate with the intention of connecting, then you will be downloaded too. I think this is happening as a matter of course anyway, but when you meditate, it makes it much easier for them to be able to do it. It's very hard when you're in the day-to-day, when you're in that day-to-day energy. It's very hard for them to reach us. It's getting easier. They can, but they can't do it as well as when you're meditating. Meditation doesn't have to be a long time. I'm telling you, 10 minutes of meditation now is worth an hour of meditation 2 years ago. Things have changed. The whole dynamic has changed. And so, you don't need to be a wonderful meditator. I am not. I am an awful meditator, but it works for me. Because as soon as I go there, I'm there. Okay? So do it on a daily basis. Just take 10 minutes out to sit and meditate and literally open yourself up and say, for the highest good, I open myself up to you to download whatever you need to download, but always for the highest good. Okay? And that'll help you to keep yourself up so that we don't get like a whammy of energy and then be wiped out. All right, we don't want that. Okay. And you'll see when I get the permission from Joe Kelly, who we did a session on Sunday, yesterday, and Joe allowed me to take her to talk to her higher self. And there's some messages about this very thing that I'm talking about in there. So as long as I get the permission from Joe, we'll be able to see that soon. Okay. Next thing, shit downloads. Shit downloads. Look, are you struggling? Are you struggling with what's happening? Do you find that you have downs in your week? You know, do you read something and it makes you feel anxious or frustrated or angry? Are you getting frustrated with people? Are you getting frustrated with the situation? Are you getting desperate? Are you fearful? Or are you in a bad way sometimes? If you are, then you're in the right place. Then you're okay. Because I am, and so is everybody else. But what happens is this, and it's something I've noticed and I've been doing. We can get overloaded, right? We're on the front line. We are the ones who are awake and aware, and there's a very high price to being awake and aware. When you're awake and aware, you see it all, warts and all. You see the lot. It's horrible, okay? And so we must understand we need to be kind to ourselves. And so what I am going to suggest to you to do is to do on a weekly basis, once a week, do a shit download. And it's a very simple process. I'm going to show you what the shit download is. Okay? The shit download is this. You're going to do havening, right? So you're going to take yourself away to a quiet place. And this, as a minimum, 8 minutes. My suggestion is 10 minutes. Okay? 10 minutes seems to be the number. All right? And what you do is this. Get in touch with everything that you are feeling. Get in touch with what you're feeling, right? The negatives, the frustration. Feel it in your body. And then you do the Tutankhamun start, and then you start just to rub your hands down. Now, you've seen the havening, probably some of you. Remember, havening is a touch that a parent gives to a child, especially a mum to a child who's hurt himself. There. You're doing it with love, right? Not like this. That's not what havening is about. Havening is about you stroking yourself and saying it's okay. You've got, if you have that, when you start, just say that a couple of times. It's okay. It's okay, right? And that gives you the feel for how you're going to touch yourself, all right? And then what do? You start your shit download, and you just start like this, and you just start talking. I'm so angry, I'm so fed up, I'm so frustrated. Now, and you ramble on about what you are, and I want you to focus on your emotion, all right? So you're focusing on the emotions. So frustrated, angry, I'm frightened, I'm scared, I'm furious, I'm so confused, whatever. Now, what happens with this process? You do it for 10 minutes. You start off, and what you'll find, if you allow it to run its course, is that you will get to a point where the emotions are so strong that you may burst into tears. My suggestion is that if you feel that the tears are coming, let them come. No tears, no change. Let them come out. Let the anger come out. Let the swear words come out. Let the frustration come out. Whatever. It's getting all of the shit out and downloaded off. All right? Because this is not your shit. Right? It's other people's. And you've got to get rid of it. So the havening, what the havening does is, as the emotion comes up, the havening smooths it away so that it doesn't come back. And then your words are letting you're actually moving the emotion. Emotions need to be moved, they need to be expressed. Okay? So you do that. Let it all out. Let the tears flow. I promise you, what happens is this. It builds up. You start and you go, whoa, and then all of a sudden, floodgates of like, wow, I didn't realize I felt so strongly about that. And then you keep going and you keep going and you keep going until you get to a point where you say, And I think that's it. And you'll feel it in your body. Your body just goes, okay, that's it. I've said what I need to say. And that's it. That's your shit download done for the week. Then, the next week, when you get a moment, you do the same again. Okay? I promise you that when you do this, after you've done it, once you get over, because at the end you're kind of a little bit, whoa, but once you get that done, you will feel like $1 million. You will feel so much better. You'll feel much more centered, much more grounded. Okay, it's very, very important that we do this, because if not, everything just builds up, and then we start behaving weirdly because we're not in a great place. We're not centered. All right, so that's what we want to do, is to get centered. So do your shit download, all right, and give me a report in. Do a shit download and let me know in the comments and the videos. Tell me what happened for you, how it worked, how intense was the emotion. Okay, how you felt afterwards, because these tools are what are going to keep us strong. We need to be strong, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We need to be strong because we're surrounded by weak, lily-livered, mindless people. We need to be strong. We need to be the lighthouses with a solid foundation on the rock, while all around us the waves are crashing. We need to be strong, and we need to take care of ourselves. Don't think that the first thing that you've got to do is take care of other people, because you don't. Right? You can't take care of anybody unless you are very strong. You must be strong first. You must be strong. Okay? And part of that strength is letting go of all of these things that stick to us. You know, you watch a video and it sticks to you and you're carrying it around. Let them go. Okay? With your shit download. Alright, so there you are. I'll leave that with you, and I look forward to reading your comments on the video about how it went for you. Okay, have a lovely week, and I'll see you all on Friday. Take care. Oh, by the way, on Friday, I'm thinking about doing some tarot card reading. I'll give you an update on how I'm doing with my tarot card course. It's going really well. I love it. I love the tarot cards. They are incredible. Okay, see you later.